Yay. It worked, but seems very blurry. How's that? Cool. What's up, everybody? Sorry about the technical difficulties. Hope you can hear me clearly. For some reason, yes, it's working. What's up? What's up, everybody? Yeah, for some reason, like if the computer turns off, then for some reason the webcam won't work when I go back to the live dashboard. But I am here now. Let's continue. We'll make sure it doesn't happen again in the future. Thank you guys for understanding, and thank you for joining me here. So I don't have much time today. I got to go to a game, and I should leave around 8. So I'm just going to go for about 30 minutes. If you guys have been on the stream before and you know how it works, you ask questions, I give answers. If you want to make sure your question gets answered, drop a super chat. That's that little $ at the bottom of the comment bar. That will highlight your comment. So I will see it and I will answer it. Otherwise, you're fighting for everyone else for my attention. But with that in mind, let us get going. Akash Kong, I want to play in Europe. I will move there when I will be 18. Can I become a professional? Okay, so this is a mindset of a lot of players. They think, oh, I'm just going to move to England. I'm just going to move to Europe, and then I'll become a pro. You have to understand that there's more to it than that. You, especially if you don't have a European passport. So if you're moving from, and I'm not trying to be racist, I'm just guessing, Akash, that you're from India or Middle Eastern country with the name Akash. If you go to Europe without a European passport, even if you're good enough, it makes it very difficult. So you need a working visa or you need a European passport, and that will increase your chances. Now, if you're just going there without a connection, without any, without a foot in the door anywhere, it's going to be more difficult. However, it's not impossible. Like, people have done it in the past. I just want you to know that in order to make it more realistic, first of all, you have to be of that level, of that cloth, and you have to have European passport or working visa. Otherwise, it's cost too much money for most clubs to keep you in the team. And most clubs only have a certain amount of positions they are allowed to give to foreign players. It's different for every country, and it's different for every league and division. So I hope that answers your question. And also the age thing, like 18 is a beautiful age. I always say, like, anywhere from 16 to 25 is a great age to become a professional. If you can get into a youth academy below the age of 16, that's the way to do it. But we don't always have that opportunity, and we cannot go backwards in time. So whatever age you are right now, make the most of it. And if you're at an age like myself where it's not a priority or you don't think it's possible, that doesn't mean you stop playing soccer. You love this game, so keep playing it, and don't play just being mediocre, just being average. Strive to become better every time you step on the pitch. Thank you for the question. Hit that thumbs up. I got 7 likes right now. What is that? Get me to at least 20 likes. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, hit the like button right now, and we'll get going. As I said, I don't have much time right now. Akash, you are welcome. Thank you for your question. I hope that helps. I'm not trying to discourage you from doing it. I just want you to do it in the most intelligent way possible. Thank you for the likes. Remember, if you want to get your question answered, use that super chat function. It'll highlight your comment, your question. I'll answer it 100%, and I'll also give you a shout out in the description and comments of this video. Iran Gupta. Hey, Dylan. So recently I've been demoted to the B team in my club. Any advice on getting back up? So number one, you have to use this experience as motivation. Most people get cut, and what happens? They start feeling sorry for themselves. They start blaming everyone else. They get discouraged. They lose their motivation. They don't train as much. They say, oh, it doesn't matter how much I practice. They're never going to see how good I am. Okay, you have to have the opposite mindset. When you get cut from a team, when you have a bad game, it has to make you better. You have to get motivated because of it. So when you get cut from that team, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, say, oh, I really wanted to make the team, but in all honesty, maybe I wasn't good enough today, or I didn't prove myself in that moment. That doesn't mean I can't make the next team, or I can't make this team next year. I'm going to use this as motivation. I'm going to come back so good they won't be able to ignore me. They'll be shocked at how much I've improved over this year. That's the mindset you have to have. So anytime you have a setback, you have a failure, you get cut from a team, a coach doesn't think you're good enough, you lose a game, you have a bad performance, that experience has to make you better. I forget exactly what the quote is, but it's something like never lose without learning, or never make a mistake. What is a mistake without a lesson? So every time you make a mistake, you have a failure, you lose a game, you have to learn from it, and more importantly, get motivated because of it. Use it, put it into your training, get a little angry, and come back stronger the next time. I hope that answers your question. If you guys like that response, if you like these live streams, you want to see more of them, please hit that thumbs up button. Although I have committed to doing 20 live streams this month. So I'm going to do, for the next 20 days, I'm going to try to do one every month. If you like that idea, hit that like button. Let me see those likes go up right now. Thank you for the questions, guys. A lot of questions on the sidebar. Please remember, Iran Gupta, you are welcome for the advice. Just make sure that you use it. So I'll keep going on the questions. I'm just going to stay for 30 minutes. Remember, if you want to get your question answered, please use that super chat function. It will highlight your question, and then I'll answer it 100%. Otherwise, I'm just going to scroll through all of these and try to pick one that helps everyone. And I didn't see those likes going up, so I guess no one likes these live streams, so I won't do them anymore. Mirror, which is better, quality or quantity? Like, which is better, doing 100 passes to a brick wall or 20 passes? Well, the truthful answer is quantity and quality. So it's better to do 100 quality passes than 20 quality passes. But yes, quality. I'm a big believer in quality and efficiency and doing things for less time with higher quality. So not to say that repetitions aren't going to improve your skill, especially when it comes to technique. But there are some players that go out and take 100 free kicks and they're not really or take 100 shots and they're not really focusing on what they're doing wrong. They have a bad shot and then they just say, oh, give me another one. Or they're practicing on their left and they can't figure it out, so they just go back to their right. Okay, you have to analyze every error and every successful repetition. So for example, if I'm practicing shooting, when I'm taking the shot, I'm not just thinking about like blasting the ball. I'm thinking about, okay, how am I flexing my foot? Where is my body positioning? Where is my head? Where are my shoulders facing? When I make contact with the ball, what is my foot doing? Where on the ball am I hitting the ball? Where am I following through? And then what result does it produce? And if it didn't produce the result I wanted, I'm saying, okay, what do I need to do differently? Okay, I followed through across my body. I was leaning back. I hit on this side of the ball when I wanted to hit on that side of the ball. So you have to analyze every repetition, and then you will improve faster. So quality is more important, and analysis of that quality is more important than quantity, but there's no replacement for quantity, getting those repetitions up. Thank you for your question. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. I'll keep answering the questions. If you really want to get your question answered, make sure you use that super chat function. It's that small $ at the bottom. It will highlight your question, so I'll see it. Everyone else will see it. I'll also give you a shout out in the description of this video. K-Sue, how do you stay committed to your goals? Well, first of all, they have to be meaningful goals. They have to be something that you actually want to achieve. Some of us set goals and like we're kind of setting them for everyone else. We're setting them. We don't really have attachment to it. I mean, and what I mean by that is whether you achieve that goal or not, you're not going to lose sleep over it. You don't really care about it. So you have to find goals that are really important to you. Now, your goals should be different than my goals, and your goals should be different than the next person. So you have to think, what's a really important goal to me? And then once you set those goals, you have to find reasons why you must achieve those goals. So you have a goal of being the top goal scorer in the league. Okay, but why? Why? Yes, it's great to have your name up there on the score sheet, and this might be a reason in itself, so everyone else sees you and you want the praise of everyone else. Not that we should be looking for approval from everyone else, but if that's something that motivates you, then use it to your advantage. So you have to have reasons. So set goals that are meaningful to you, and then make reasons why you must achieve those. So your goal is to be the top goal scorer. Okay, why? Well, if I'm the top goal scorer of the league, then it's going to increase my chances of being seen by a scout. It'll help me get into a college next year. And I really want to go to college. I really want to get a tuition. I want to get my school paid for, or at least some of my school paid for. I want to make my parents proud. Okay, so now it's much deeper than scoring 10 goals. It's what happens when you score 10 goals. Who are you going to impress? Who are you going to make proud? How are you going to feel? What emotions is that going to create within you? So you have to think about those goals that are meaningful. Like if you don't achieve that goal, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. Or if you didn't at least really try your best to achieve that goal, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And then what are the reasons? And then you want to break it down like, okay, yes, I want to achieve this goal of being the top goal scorer, but how am I going to do that? Because most people set goals, but they don't set out an action plan. They don't have a path. They don't have steps that they're going to take to get there. So they just see this goal way up here and they have no idea of how they're going to get to it on all these little steps. So it seems so overwhelming that they don't even start. They don't know where to start and they don't even have the motivation to start. So once you set those goals, create a plan for yourself. Say, hey, I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to do this type of training on Wednesdays. I'm going to go to this event on Saturdays, whatever it is. I'm going to study this specific striker for 20 minutes a day. Create a plan, and that's going to get you more motivated because you're going to know exactly what you need to do in order to get there. Hopefully that answers your question. I forget who asked it. K-Sue, I think. Kaylee Proctor, why didn't you go pro? I've answered this 100 times. I'll answer it again. Being good enough doesn't mean you're going to be a professional. Becoming a professional is about taking action. K-Sue, you're welcome. Thank you for the question. So becoming a professional, you have to take action, and also you have to do it at the right time. So for myself, I wasn't serious about football. I didn't even realize that it was a possibility to become a professional when I was at those ages of 16 to 21. And then I started to figure it out. Once I started doing this YouTube channel, I started figuring out like, wow, this is actually possible. And wow, I'm actually kind of good enough to play at a pro level somewhere in the world. And I always say being a professional doesn't mean you're playing for Manchester United. You can be playing lower leagues somewhere around the world. So when I finally got to that point, then I kind of had kids, I had a business, and I realized like, you know what? Maybe that's not the life that I actually want, especially at this point, because it is a lot of sacrifice. If you guys think you're going to become a professional and you're still going to be allowed to play video games 6 hours a day, party with your friends every single weekend, it's not a reality. Okay, there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into it. There's a lot of time by yourself, a lot of solitude, a lot of distance, a lot of saying no to a lot of things. So if you think you're going to become a pro without those sacrifices, no. Can you have balance and still do those things sometimes? Yes, absolutely, and you should. But realize it takes a lot of sacrifice. So like honestly, when I was 16 to 21, I wasn't good enough. I wasn't as good as I needed to be at that level to attract attention. It wasn't until I became older and started studying the game, analyzing the game, coaching other players, and started coaching myself that I actually became better and better. So if you're at that age right now where you want to become a professional, realize it doesn't matter how good you are if you don't take action. Yes, you can get scouted, but that's a very small percentage, and you have to be in the right country with the right football system, the right person watching you at the right time. So you're really rolling the dice on that one. If you get scouted, that's great, but you need to take action. You need to get yourself an agent. You need to go to combines, go to open tryouts. You need to build a resume. You need to build connections. You need to communicate and network with people, go to events, go to showcase tournaments, all these things. Thank you. If you like that answer, if you like all these answers, please hit that thumbs up button right now. I'm going to stay for another 15 minutes. And then I have to go and play a game. Kaylee Proctor, do you really have to go to college? For what, Kaylee? For what purpose? To become a professional? No, you do not. Ryan Herman, what are your thoughts on the Canadian Premier League? I think it's fantastic. Nathaniel Nava Jr., greatest soccer coach on YouTube, in my opinion. Shout out, Nathaniel. Thank you for the support. Coming back to Canadian Premier League, I think it's great. I hope it works. I think it's going to be difficult just because if you look at Canada, it's a massive country and there's only so many teams. So some teams are traveling. If you guys haven't looked at Canada on a map, look at Canada on a map, see how big it is compared to a country like England, where England has how many professional clubs in it? Hundreds. And they're traveling like they can take a bus ride, right? If you're playing some teams on Canada, one's over here, I think it's like Victoria, and the other one is in like Halifax, way over here. It's probably, I don't know exactly, maybe like a 10-hour plane ride. But to fly a whole team there to play one game, like it's a very expensive endeavor, expensive project. So they need to get the fans out. They need to get the money involved. They can't rely just on investors. Otherwise, it's going to burn out eventually. They have to make money off of it. So I think it's great. I hope it works. My only fear is that financially it will not be able to work just because of the massive distances that teams have to travel and pay for accommodations and travel and all these things, and the lack of teams and potentially the lack of support, a lack of fans coming out to games. But I hope it works. Thank you for that question. If you guys want to get your question answered, I'll have to ask for those shout outs. I'll take every dollar I can get. If you use that super chat function at the bottom of the comment bar, it will highlight your question. I will answer it 100%. I'll also give you a shout out in the description of this video. Otherwise, I'm scrolling through the comments, through these hundreds of comments, and trying to answer one that I think will benefit everybody. Another 15 minutes. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Caleb Mabry, what is the best running exercise to get fit fast? It's a good question. The best running exercise, so the best stamina exercise, I would say just playing matches, like putting yourself in a situation when you're uncomfortable. Just playing matches will get you fittest right away. But for myself, I'm about, like I talk about this a lot. So I think there's a couple elements to stamina and fitness that a lot of people don't talk about. And number one is your weight. So if you're overweight, like if you're at a very lean weight, like you're around the number on the scale where your body is meant to be at, then stamina is going to come a lot easier to you. If you're heavy or you're overweight, or if you're like chronically skinny and very like no muscle on your body at all and just kind of like sickly skinny, then it's going to be difficult for you to feel fit and get fit quickly. So controlling your weight, being around a proper weight for your specific body type. I can't give you a number because based on my height, based on my my bone density, different things, my number will be different than yours. But think about being lean and being at a light weight. This will help you with your stamina more than people talk about. The other thing is also your nutrition, your energy. So if you're eating junk food, you're not getting the proper nutrients into your body's not going to convert that energy, and you'll feel tired even if you are in good shape. If you're not providing your body with proper nutrients, that's going to have a massive impact on your energy levels and also your stamina levels. So then getting finally to training, and this is something that I use by myself a lot, is so let's say I wanted to get in shape, I would do like, and I've talked about this before, 5 minutes on the treadmill or 5 minutes running outside, but I would do that frequently. I might do that like 3 times in one day, but it's like 5-minute sessions, and it's not a light jog. It's like I might start out as a jog, but I'm pushing my pace until that final minute where I'm really pushing the pace and really challenging my VO2 and really challenging my lungs and my breathing. I'm trying to get myself out of breath, but I'm not doing it to a point where I'm exhausting myself so I can't go the next day. So if you go out for an hour, let's say you're totally unfit and you say, I'm going to get fit for the game, and you go out for an hour run, well, guess what? Your body's going to be absolutely destroyed because it hasn't done anything for the last month. You've just been sitting on the couch, and now you're going to go out for an hour run. Your body's not going to respond properly to that. It's going to get really beat up, and it's going to take longer for you to recover. So the reason I do those frequent things, and the truth is I'm never really out of shape because I always have something. I always have a game. I always have practice. I always have a tournament. I'm always in the gym, just like aesthetically, I want to look good. So I always have a reason to be in shape. So for me, it's a little easier. But if I have to like sharpen up, I'm just doing those 5 minutes. I might do it twice a day, 3 times a day, but do running every day and just challenge myself a little bit every day. But it's about the frequency, the consistency. So instead of you going for that 1 hour run on Sunday, saying, hey, I'm going to get fit for my game next week, and then you're destroyed the next day and you can't do it. Or even if you aren't, like you feel like you motivate yourself to do it, but your body's really telling you, hey, like that was a lot. I wasn't expecting that. I need time to rest and recover. And you go and beat yourself up again. It's not making you fitter. It's making you less fit. It's getting you in worse condition. So it's better to do things that are smaller, more frequently. So challenge your intensity. Yes, push yourself, but don't do it to the point where it's actually destroying you. Do it to the point where it's stimulating your body, whether that's making your muscles grow or challenging your lungs, challenging your stamina. Stimulate the adaptation, and then rest, recover, and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. Rest, recover, stimulate, recover. And the more frequently you do that, the quicker you will increase your stamina. So long ass response to your question, but control your weight. Think about the foods that you're eating, have a proper healthy diet, drink lots of water, and then start challenging your stamina with smaller things. Like you could do like 10, 20-minute run if you wanted to, but it's better to do higher intensity, challenging your lungs, than a slow, easy jog. And just stimulate and then allow yourself time to recover. If you feel fresh, you feel good, go again and keep challenging yourself. You could do it 2 times a day. You could just do it once every day and put a week together. You'll feel pretty fit in 1 week. Thank you for your question. If you like that answer, you like these live streams, hit that thumbs up. If you like Dylan Tooby and progressive soccer, hit that thumbs up button right now. Please, someone drop me $1. Someone give me 1 cent. Not that I need the cent. I just want to see that this thing actually works. So drop a super chat function. That small $sign at the bottom. I'll answer your question 100%. Otherwise, you have to fight with everyone else for my attention. David Zset. I'm sorry, David, if I screwed up your last name, but I'm 72. Started playing at 68. Love your advice. Wow, that's amazing. Shout out to David. Keep doing your thing. I hope when I am that age, well, I know when I'm at that age, unless my legs are gone, I'll still be playing. So love to hear that. Good stuff, David. Rushab Jadhav. What is your daily routine? Well, I've talked about this on the live streams before, and I'm actually putting together a program. It's going to be my newest program, which is going to show my daily routine in extreme detail. It's going to show everything I do throughout the day, how I train, how I practice, how I sleep, how I eat. So that's coming out soon. I'm actually going to release that as a program before. This is the first time I'm mentioning this, so you guys are in the loop right now. I'm going to release that before Christmas as my newest training program. But to give you an idea, morning routine, gym session, soccer session at night, recovery. That's the basis of it. And then obviously there's way more detail to that and how those things are done and everything in between. But those are the main components as far as training go. Okay. Gigi 10 Campos, I will get that program. Thank you, Gigi. Nice to know that you are interested, and there will be lots of information about it coming out soon. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to go 8 more minutes, and then I have to go 7 minutes. Ivy Prince dropped a super chat, $5 super chat. Ivy, you are the man or woman. I don't know what your gender is based on your name, but it's a great name. Ivy said, your best advice for a high school coach. I work with girls. Okay, it's a very broad question. Because there's so many ways you could go with coaching. Like, is it a mental thing? Is it a physical thing? Do they need improvement of their technique? Are they not performing well in matches? Do you want advice on preparation? So I'll start talking. Ivy, if you want something more specific, please comment below. I'll try to catch it in the comments there. But for a high school coach, obviously, I mean, so academics are important. You want to make sure that everyone's doing well in school. Is that really important to you? They should be handling it on themselves. But I'm sure you're more – I'm trying to get some more detail from you, Ivy, so I can give you a better response. Ryan McKay. Oh, my God. Yeah, baby duck in a cup. What's up, buddy? Okay, Ivy. Mental with the girls is tough mentally. Yes, it is tough mentally. Okay, so first of all, Ivy, if you send me an email, since you did a super chat, I'd really love to help you out even more. If you send me an email, Ivy, and here's my email right now, I'll send you some of my best videos on mentality. And I mean, the best thing that you could do is send it to your girls and share it with your girls, make them watch it. I even have some like pregame videos that you could watch as well. But please send me an email, and I'm going to send you some links to answer that question specifically as far as mental. But yes, mental is extremely tough. Okay, mental is tough not only for high school and younger players, but mentality is really tough to get across to girls. For some reason, I experienced that. It's tougher to get the mental thing across to girls as compared to boys. I don't know why that is, but it is a struggle. So I understand what you're saying. Now let's talk about mentality and how you can really get into the girls. I want to think because I want to give you a really good answer. So first of all, when you're trying to get anyone to improve something that you think is important, you have to communicate it in a way that is important to them. So what I mean by that is, look, if you're trying to get your kids to go to bed and you say, hey, you got to go to sleep because you want to, because I want you to be healthy. Like, that's not really important to them, okay? But if you say, hey, you got to go to sleep so you can get up early and go play with your friends in the snow in the morning, or go to school and see your favorite teacher, otherwise you're going to miss it. You won't have enough sleep. Like, that's a poor example, but you have to talk to them in a way that's important to them. So mentally, like, you have to understand, you have to find out what's important to them as a player. Do they want more playing time? Do they want, like, for girls, it's really a social thing. Do they want more playing time? Do they want to win more matches? Do they want to make a bigger impact on the game? Do they want to impress their parents? Do they want to impress their teammates? Do they want to help their teammates win the game? Like, I wish it was that simple. Holy, I'm sweating buckets here. It's this Under Armour shirt. Let me come back to the question here. So please, speak to them in a way that's important to them. So it should be about winning the game. It should be about helping their teammates perform. It should be about impressing their parents and doing this for their parents. But talk to them in a way. I'm just butchering this response right here. Send me the email. I'm going to send you the videos, but let me come back to here. Absolute shambles. So obviously, like, mentality, I mean, I can break it down very easily as far as how to be confident, how to be positive. And maybe these are things that you should talk to them about. Do you have the time to do a class session and talk about positivity and talk about teamwork and talk about self-motivation, talk about discipline, talk about confidence and positive self-talk? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But the biggest thing with mentality is bringing it to their awareness that they're in control of their thoughts. So what I mean by that is, if you have a player who's really struggling with nerves, if you have a player who gets the ball and panics all the time, you can see it. They're just rushed, they're flustered, they panic all the time. It's the thoughts that are going on in their mind, and they're choosing not to control those thoughts. The reason so many young players struggle with this is because they don't even realize that they are in control, that they do have a choice. And what I mean by that is, that negative thought, it still pops up in my head. It still pops up in professionals' heads. But whenever it does, they choose to reframe it. So that ball is coming to them. Instead of focusing on having a bad touch or screwing up, they're thinking about, where am I going with this touch? Where is the open space? Where am I going to play the pass? How am I going to create something? Rather than thinking about everything that's going to go wrong, they're thinking about everything that's going to go right, or everything that they're going to make go right. So you have to talk to them about, first of all, they are in control of their thoughts. So confidence is a choice. The way you talk to yourself in your mind is everything. Now, what I would recommend is, honestly, if you can get the girls together, and if you can get a projector or get a projector in the classroom, put on a few of these videos where I talk about confidence, I talk about positive self-talk. I even give you some about teamwork, about communication, how to communicate with your teammates, how to influence your teammates with your words, self-discipline, what to do when things go wrong in a game. It's all about how you respond. So I'm really sorry about this horrible answer, but it's really difficult. It's really difficult for coaches to get the mental thing across to young players. Now, what I would recommend, Ivy, is that you use these videos that I give you. So please send me an email, because I really want to give those to you. And if you can get them in a classroom and have them watch maybe 2 or 3 videos, I think it will really benefit if they're present, they pay attention, and they make an effort to apply what I say in those videos. Ivy, thank you for understanding. I will email thanks. Confidence is a choice. The way you talk to yourself in your mind is everything. Okay, so if you're unhappy with your life right now, if you're unhappy with the way that you play, if you're unhappy with anything going on, it usually comes down to this. You're in a certain situation, and instead of choosing to talk yourself out of that situation, you choose to focus on the negative. You feel sorry for yourself. You say, why me? You say, oh, nothing ever works for me. And if that's the way that you continue to talk to yourself, that's what will happen in your life, okay? It's kind of hokey. You guys have heard these things before, but these are principles that I use. These are principles that successful people use in every area, in every niche, in every industry. So if you want to be successful, it starts right here, the way you talk to yourself in your mind. Okay, thank you so much, Ivy. I'm going to give you a shout out. I'm going to send you, please email me. I'm going to send you those videos. 30 minutes are gone. I have to go to my game, so I'm going to get out of here. I am going to, Kaylee Proctor, good night, bye, see you later. I'm going to do another live stream tomorrow, so if you guys want to come and answer some more questions that I actually answer effectively and give good advice to, then please tune in. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. What else is going on? Yeah, the new program coming out. If you didn't see the video I released today, so I'm going to do a live stream every day for the next 20 days, and I'm also going to try to release a video, I'm going to release a video every day for the next 20 days. If you haven't seen that video I released today, it's 3 helpful tips on how to get on the ball more often. So if you want the ball at your feet more often when you play, people aren't passing you the ball, you're not getting it enough, you're not standing out when you play, go and watch that video. It's the most recent video on my YouTube channel, how to get the ball more often. Thank you for watching the stream. Hit that thumbs up button right now, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.